Hello and welcome to another Toffee Blues video, your source for all things Everton. I'm Louis and this is a player ratings video following yesterday's 1-1 draw at home to Fulham. Start with the game as a whole. Really very poor from Everton yesterday. Probably the worst home performance that we've seen in some years. The game was crying out for a change, and obviously I'm a massive Sean Dyche fan, but I thought he got it wrong yesterday. I thought he waited far too long. It was clear to see that they were bullying us in midfield physically, they were dominant, and eventually when we did make the change, it looked like if it was made earlier, we'd have gone on to win the game. So in the end, he did make the change, but it was far too late for us to salvage all 3 points in what was a dismal afternoon at Goodison. But it does, on a more positive note, carry on our 5-game unbeaten run. So every cloud. Anyway, player ratings, we'll start with the goalie, Jordan Pickford. I thought he was very good yesterday, 7.5. Fantastic save in the first half to deny, I think it was Adama Traore at his front post in front of the Gladys Street. Got his angle spot on, spread himself really well. Super stop. Distribution really good. Leadership, calmness, everything that you come to expect from Pickford was on the money. 7.5 for me, good performance. Ashley Young next, carried on his rich vein of form with another great assist, but more importantly a good performance as well. Off the back of early season shouts of you know, we shouldn't be playing, loads of criticism, he's responded in the perfect manner with another superb performance. So an 8 for me from Ashley Young. He defends really well, uses all his experience against quicker players than he is. Good in the air, keeps the ball well, and obviously the volleyed ball for Beto's goal was extraordinary. So a really good performance from Ashley Young, and I made up for him lately as well. Mykolenko, a 5. I thought he really struggled. I don't think he's come to life yet this season. Last season, I thought he was one of our stronger performers. This year, not so much since his injury. Hopefully he can regain that, but a 5 for me anyway. I thought he had a tough afternoon. Tarkowski next, 7. Again, getting some stick online. I'm not seeing it myself. I thought he started shaky. Wasn't winning his headers early doors and then sorted himself out and played really well. Again, for me, I've got no issues with Tarkowski this season, so a 7, although I'm sure plenty of people do, and I can understand, but I'm not seeing it. But I did think he was overshadowed by his centre-half partner, Michael Keane. I thought Keane was outstanding again. Fantastic performance. Really good in the air. His passing, great. Reads the game well and changed the game when he went up front as well. Something that, you know, he put Calvert-Lewin to shame, really, when he went up there, Keane. He was Everton's best player on the day for me at both ends of the pitch. And you can see it, when his confidence is there, he's a different player, and he's making it really difficult for Dyche at the minute to drop him with his performances. I thought he started the season really poorly, but he's turned it round, and he deserves massive credit, Michael Keane, because he's in great form. So Everton's man of the match on the day, and an 8.5 for me, and we owe the point to him. I know Beto obviously got the goal and made up for him as well, but Keane up there was a massive difference maker for us. So 8.5 for Michael Keane. Ghana next, 8. As much as I said, I thought midfield we got bullied. We were, you know, overran. I didn't think Ghana actually played a part in that. I thought he won the ball constantly, nicking it off the toes of the Fulham players. Didn't start as enough attacks as he should, but we know that's not his game. However, I thought that really with who he was playing with, he was kind of left to hang out to dry. But I thought Ghana had a good game, probably his best game so far this season, certainly in terms of ball winning. So 8 for me. And then as we get higher up the pitch, you can start to see, in my opinion, where the performance was slowly getting worse. So Doucouré, 5 again. Didn't have a good game at all. Overran. Again, you saw when Mangala come on, the speed at which he plays, the robustness that he's got in there. It just wasn't a game for Doucouré to be playing so deep. And I thought he struggled. So a 5. He always gives us all, of course. We know that from Dukes, but it was a tough afternoon for him. So it was 5 out of 10. McNeil next again, just didn't quite come off for Dwight on the day. He's been in great form. He's probably been Everton's certainly the top 3 best players so far this season. But it was just one of those days for him. Nothing quite come off. Found Lindstrom with a good through ball, but it was well defended, but not his day. A 5 out of 10 for McNeil. In Dye next, I thought Marco Silva done his homework really well against Iliman and Dye. His team were nullifying his threat really well throughout. And Dye found it probably the hardest game he's had since he's been at the club. However, you can see he's still got that moments of quality, finding Young at the back post, and, you know, 2 minutes to go, last attack, to have the coolness, composure to find him is why he's such a top player. So a 6 in the end for Ndiaye, because his work rate was there and he got the assist. But other than that, he was quiet. But it wasn't really his fault. It was more to do with how well Fulham played. But a 6 out of 10 for him, and again, what a player. He's just a joy to watch. I can't get enough of seeing him. Calvert-Lewin next, I thought really, again, struggled. I don't think he's imposing himself on the games enough at the minute. 5 out of 10, and that's being quite generous, really. He offered very little threat. Bassey and Diop for Fulham probably haven't had an easier game all season until Beto and Keane went up there. I can understand about how he was isolated and there wasn't enough men round him, but I think you've still got to put your stamp on the game a little bit more, and he just didn't do that for me. So a 5 for Calvert-Lewin, and I hope he can rediscover the form that he was threatening at the start of the season, because when he does, Everton are a better side for it. But it's got to happen quickly. Harrison next, again a 5. I thought he had a tough afternoon. Same as all these players, you can never fault the work rate, but again, just things weren't quite coming off for him. So a 5 out of 10. Subs, Beto, made up for Beto. You could see how much it meant to him. And as much as, he splits opinion, and I'm very much on one side of the opinion, what you can't deny about the striker is he gives his all every time he's on. He's desperate to make things happen. He's getting across his man. He's bullying centre-halves. He's competing. He's battling. And that's all you want to see as a fan, because that's what we'd do if we were playing. So the fact that he's doing that is great, and I'm made up, because you can see how much it meant to him, and he took it well as well. He was in a good position. He was on his toes. He was unlucky a few minutes before. Leno made a decent save. So whilst I'm not advocating that we play a front two of Beto and Michael Keane, I was made up for him. I thought he had a good performance. So 7.5 for Beto. Lindstrom, again, lively when he come on, 6.5. Decent strike, well saved again by Leno, but didn't quite happen for him. But again, just a bit of a change in the final third, a bit livelier than Harrison was, and he defended well as well when he come on to Lindstrom. So 6.5. Mangala next, 8. Changed the game, that substitution. You could see beforehand that we were just getting overrun constantly. We weren't moving the ball quick enough. He sorted both those things out. Second he's on, he's in a physical duel, and he's moving it quick out to the other side. The goal comes again because he's moving it quick. He didn't take 4 or 5 touches and pass it sideways. It was a quick ball out into Ndiaye, and by that point Fulham haven't got time to reset themselves. So he changed the game, Mangala, and he's certainly worthy of a start next week. And it'd be interesting to see as well him alongside Garner while James Garner's out injured. So an 8 for Mangala. And then Jared, obviously, was only on for 5 minutes, 6 out of 10. Won his headers, defended well. Did what Jared Branthwaite does, 6 out of 10. So that's that video anyway. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your comments below. Again, we've got to look at the positives. We're 5 unbeaten, but with the run of games that we've got coming in December, we've got to start upping it, because if we play like that against a more clinical side, we've got 0 chance, because it really, really was not an enjoyable performance from Everton. So hopefully we can keep looking up the table and start improving, and have a great final season at Goodison. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts. Take care.